Tonight, an OU student wins over 20 grand in a case against OU PD after they broke her thumb during an arrest. I'll share some of my devious plans to break my own fingers.
Then, Michael Phelps is arrested on DUI charges because our sports figures haven't been setting a good enough example already.
And for our top story, people still don't believe President Obama's birth certificate is real. You know what is real? My hatred for ignorant assholes.
It's October 8th.
And it's news time in Studio C. An Ohio University student was awarded over $22,000 in damages from the OU Police Department in court this week after an officer broke her thumb while putting handcuffs on her back in 2012. When asked for comments, Athens Police Department replied, "Broken thumb? That officer was being way too gentle with her."
A Texas girl who was kidnapped by her mother 12 years ago and taken to Mexico when she was 4 years old was recently found and returned to the United States and back into her father's custody. When asked about celebrating spring break, Dad made it very clear that his daughter would not be allowed to go to Cancun like the other girls.
Elections were held across Peru recently as more than 1,300 candidates, ranging from mayors to governors, in the country's 24 states came to the climax of their prospective races, despite the fact that almost all of them had been convicted of various crimes, mostly drug-related, prior to the election. This just in, Rob Ford is finally gone.
Where'd he go?
Peru.
The Aral Sea, the world's fourth largest lake, has completely dried up. Said one leading environmental scientist, "Well, at least we haven't lost sight of those ice caps." Wait, where did I leave those again? Oh God, those poor walruses!
Actress Mila Kunis gave birth to a baby girl last week. When asked how the two were doing, Kunis' OBGYN replied, "We're all right. We're all right."
Michael Phelps will be facing serious consequences after being charged with driving under the influence last Tuesday. The Olympic champion was pulled over on Interstate 95 in Baltimore, Maryland for excessive speed and crossing double lanes. The USA Swimming has suspended him for 6 months, taken away his monthly stipend, and is forcing him to withdraw from the 2015 World Championship team for violating the organization's code of conduct. Shortly after the incident, USA Swimming released a statement saying, "USA Swimming is deeply disappointed by this news. We expect the absolute best from our swimmers in the pool and out. And that means we do not tolerate our swimmers crossing into other lanes, even on the road." When they pressed further about the drinking, they simply commented, he swims like a fish, he drinks like a fish. Who cares?
A female student reported to OUPD on the evening of October 5th that she was encountered by an unknown male walking towards her from the opposite direction. As they passed each other, she claimed that he grabbed her and threatened her with physical harm. The female responded by punching the suspect in the face, causing him to let go of her. She described the attacker as wearing a black hoodie and really tall, which narrows it down to about a quarter of the student population, or the Grim Reaper.
After Chi Omega released a 2014 recruitment video, Ohio University's Phi Kappa Psi uploaded its own version to poke fun at the original. If it weren't already evident enough, the fraternity video highlighted the apparent key themes of sorority life, such as, "We dance everywhere, all the time. Yes, we are always smiling. Seriously, we dance everywhere. We just love each other so much. Yes, we even dance on this roof. I don't even know why I'm smiling anymore, and wow, we love dancing on this roof."
On Monday, the College of Fine Arts and Sciences here at Ohio University stated that starting this semester, they will start courses with themes that will allow students to have more freedom to explore within their field of study. Themes included are how to deal with Ebola, why you need to check your privilege, the internet is making you a horrible person, gaming is dying, and why spending money for a college degree is a waste of your time.
The U.S. Navy is developing unmanned robot ships designed to protect larger ships by swarming incoming enemy vessels. These unmanned surface vessels, or USVs, are autonomous and armed with missiles, meaning either machines could one day take over the world, or the next Call of Duty is going to be freaking sweet.
Bose recently began sponsorship of the NFL, and as a result, the NFL has implemented a policy that prohibits players from wearing Beats headphones. In other news, Beats is an obnoxious company, so this is probably the best news with the words NFL and Beats anyone has heard in a while.
Akon recently crowd-surfed in a bubble while on tour in Africa, ostensibly as a part of just a fun performance idea, but some don't think so. The singer is now facing scrutiny because many believe he was doing it in order to avoid contracting Ebola. In other bubble news, a man named Reza Baluchi was saved from sinking into the ocean by the Coast Guard after he became fatigued while running on the water in a giant bubble. Because Coast Guard was busy saving this man, they were unable to come to Akon's aid before he died of the same thing. And now, for our top story, lawyer and conservative legal activist Larry Klayman has created a petition which calls for the deportation of President Obama, citing his lack of citizenship and his use of a forged birth certificate. So the lawyer, who was recently in the spotlight for his court case against the NSA, sent a letter to 3 Department of Homeland Security officials, calling for the investigation of the president's citizenship status. And he threatened legal action that if they should ignore. All right, Lindsay, go ahead.
Thanks, Mike. Seriously? Are people still on about this?
News.
Let's talk about something. I'm going to ignore the obvious racism of circulating a petition because you want to send our black president back to Africa for a moment, because this is just dumb. Starting with the fact that you went and ran with an idea that sounds like stupid banter from a group of half-drunk conservatives. We should start a petition, man. Let's get that asshole out of office. Oh my God, that's such a great idea.
Now, hold on, Lindsay. The guy makes a decent argument.
Oh, please let me hear it.
Well, he said that even if President Obama is a legal citizen, he should still be held responsible for the crime of using... You know what? That really sounds stupid when I say it out loud.
For what? For the crime of using what, Mike?
For using forged documentation.
Oh, right, because makes total sense for him to use a fake one if he has a real one. Holy mother. Okay, do you still agree with this guy?
No, I never did. People should be at least focusing on the real issues, like the president's questionable foreign policy, for example, or our gun rights, or the economy, or any of those things. These things are actually debatable because they involve facts and multiple possible outcomes. The birth certificate thing is just...
Getting old? Even Donald Trump gave up that shit, and I'm pretty sure that guy has nothing better to do these days. Now, before we move on to something that isn't completely ludicrous, let's pretend for a second that this isn't completely unreasonable. Let's say the president was arrested for a DUI charge, or he assaulted someone, or he even egged a house. Of course he would be impeached, but good luck with your petition, because we couldn't even get rid of Justin Bieber with those things. All right, I need some air.
We'll be right back.